What's going on, everybody? Let's get in for the first time for the 2023 season. Let's get into these game picks. We've got Addison as the reigning champ of last year.
Or for back-to-back.
And that all goes away this Sunday, or this Thursday, I should say. It officially changes. So we're going to do it on spreads again. No money line this year. It's all spreads.
Yep.
And we're just going to jump right in to the Thursday night football game, which did have a little bit of breaking news today. Obviously, Travis Kelce's hurt at practice on Tuesday, which is when we're recording this, by the way. So if something happens on Friday, sorry. Okay, we don't know if that something's going to happen at practice on Friday. We're fortunate enough to be recording after Kelce gets right. Exactly. We don't know what's going to happen, so leave us alone in the comment section. Mm-hmm. Right now, the spread for Thursday night football is Kansas City minus 5.5. Addison, as the reigning champ, you want to go first or last on this one?
I'll go first.
First on this one. Where are you going with this?
Well, first football game of the year. Just cannot believe it's here.
I know,
so happy. I'm going to ride with the Detroit Lions. I think Travis Kelce's injury is playing into that quite a bit.
I think it has to.
This is already expected to be a shootout, though. The KC scoring a little bit more. Detroit, I'm going to come out and prove that they're not messing around. That last year wasn't just the end of the season hot run, that they're a legit team. They're going to stick around. I love the 5.5. Yeah. If they lose, it's going to be a close one that Kansas City pulls out by the skin of their teeth, missing Kelce. So give me Detroit plus the 5.5.
Yeah, I like that. Bobby sent us all of his as well. Bobby is on Detroit. He actually was on them plus 6.5, but he's going to get them at plus 5.5 at this point because that's where we're going with. Yeah. I'm going to stay with my initial pick. I'm going to stay with the Chiefs in this one. Take the Chiefs minus the 5.5 points. They haven't lost a week. Now, I'm not saying this isn't money line, so I get it. But they haven't lost a week one game, I don't think, since 2015 or 2016. They just win these. Andy Reid has had, when he has 2 weeks to game plan for you, you can't beat him. Yeah. He's had 4 months to game plan for this Detroit Lions team. And I know it's a lot of points, and without Kelce, that is huge. But I still think they'll find a way to get it done and win this game by at least a touchdown. I'm sure they have heard everybody talk about how, the Lions, sneaky team, that's a tough week one game. And I bet they're like, okay, we'll see. We'll see about that. Everyone doubted us last year. Go ahead, America, take the Lions in the points, and we'll see what happens. I'm just going to ride with the Chiefs just because they're a proven commodity. And then maybe the Detroit Lions make me look stupid. But give me the Chiefs minus the 5.5. Sage.
Yeah. I think we know where I'm going to go.
Yeah, it's on this T-shirt.
No, I got to go with the Detroit Lions.
Yeah,
and
give me the Lions.
I definitely had the Chiefs before I heard of the Travis Kelce news. Mm-hmm. But once you take Travis Kelce out of the equation, you're working with a kind of Frankenstein put together group of wide receivers versus, honestly, kind of a Frankenstein group of secondary in the Detroit Lions.
Yeah.
I have a little more faith in the Detroit Lions secondary because they all have a little more experience.
It's a new group. It's a good group.
It's a good group. When you look at the group that is in Kansas City on the wide receivers, I mean, they're not proven yet. I mean, Kadarius Toney, who knows?
Hurt.
He might be there. He might not. He might, like you said, sneeze and blow his back out.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, hey, it's great that he's going to be able to play, but guy hasn't been practicing, doesn't play preseason. Like, he's going to get his 16 snaps that he gets. All right, great. Is he going to make an impact?
Not going to make
we'll see.
The reason Mahomes was so good last year was because of Travis Kelce. Not saying Mahomes isn't great, but he obviously is.
You need a one.
If there's not anyone to double team in the middle, now I can take on CJ is against Sky Moore one-on-one. Then they're busting down Pacheco.
It is huge that they don't have to worry about Kelce. That guy's open even when they do double him.
He's the ultimate weapon.
Yeah,
he's the ultimate weapon. When the ultimate weapon's gone, I got to go with the other team who has firepower.
I will say, last thing I'll throw on before Cease goes, I didn't even mention it, but Chris Jones being out.
It's
love the Lions' offensive line as well, just pounding the rock.
Good.
They're going to be able to keep this ball away from Kansas City a little bit, I think. Just thinking about it more, just with Chris Jones being out.
David Montgomery plus 49 yards, I think.
Jameer
Over 49 yards.
They're going to use, that's the thing, man. As much as they got rid of Swift, wasn't maybe in love there, they use multiple running backs. They're not afraid to, and they're not trying to burn Gibbs right away. No. This guy is the running back for the future. If that means less snaps at the beginning of the year and get him going later and later, because you got the rookie wall to worry about.
Right.
So you might see more Montgomery early in the season.
Yeah. Colin, where are you going?
Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you. The news today didn't really change my mind all that much coming to this game. I had joked over the weekend about Lions money line.
You did say that.
You just mentioned it, Addison. No Chris Jones. Looking at the Chiefs last season, they had 185 quarterback pressures.
Yeah.
Chris Jones had 46 of those, so he had 24.9% of those.
Yeah.
In comparison for that, Frank Clark and Carlos Dunlap combined for 44 pressures, so 2 less than he did
and
himself.
Frank Clark's gone.
And both of them are gone.
Yeah, and Charles Omena, who's out.
6-game suspension.
Yeah, suspended.
Last 5 seasons, to get a bigger sample size, the Chiefs are number 1 in pressure percentage with Chris Jones on the field.
Yeah, he's so
number
good.
28th with him off the field.
Wow.
That's a big.
And
that's
that
a
Detroit Lions
change.
offensive line is nasty.
They're good.
Yeah.
They're maulers.
Yeah.
And as Addison mentioned, what's the best counter to a great offense or a great offensive weapon in Patrick Mahomes other than to keep him off of the field?
Keep 'em off.
Yep.
A la
Keep 'em off the field.
Washington Commanders, 4-5 last season, walked into the 8-0 Philadelphia Eagles in
Yep.
Lincoln Financial Field, held the ball for 40 minutes and 24 seconds of the 60-minute clock. And they won by
That's
double
wild.
digits.
And they
Yep.
beat him. Yeah.
You can't score on us. You can't beat us if you can't get
Yeah.
the ball.
You
You
don't
can't
get
get
the
on the
ball.
field.
Yeah, Mahomes can't make his magic happen.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
I'm not going Lions money, although I might sprink.
Yeah.
Eagles found something.
I'm taking the 5.5 just for our picks.
Love
Okay,
it.
I like the
like
Lions.
it. I like
Okay, all right. I'm happy to be on an island. Pick number one.
Usually
Bring
that
that
works well.
shit on.
Usually that works
That
well.
always
Yeah.
goes well for me. I love it.
That could just mean you get a early
Get an
head
early
start.
start. That's right.
Early head
I'm
start.
gonna be celebrating Friday. Come on.
Yeah.
You won't.
Early. Hell yeah. Set up in the cellar there.
You're just going to be getting bullied in the group chat.
I know. I was gonna be.
How's it
wrecked.
feel all the way down there?
Yeah, how's the weather?
How's the weather down in last place, Nate?
Yeah, that's the only game I win all week.
Yeah, you guys go 1-15. Next up, we've got a divisional matchup here. Cincinnati Bengals going to the Cleveland Browns. It is a 2.5-point game favored to the Bengals. I said that weird. -2.5 for the Bengals. They're projected to win by 2.5. Bobby's on Cleveland. I am on Cleveland. Believe it or not. I'm a little bit worried about the Joe Burrow injury. I know that he was out there throwing again at practice. Good for him. I don't know if he's fully going to be ready. Missed all of the preseason. Missed a lot of practice time. That's important. And has Joe Burrow beaten the Cleveland Browns? Once. One time in what?
The last time
4
they
years?
played.
Was it? Okay,
In
so he's
December last
what,
year.
1-4, one or
Yep.
something against
1-4.
them. And now Deshaun Watson's had a full offseason there. I think he could not. Maybe he won't ever be his 2020 self again, or what he was in
He
Houston.
won't.
Maybe he won't. But I think he can be average to above average. I think he'd be better than what he was last year. Last year was a horrible. I don't think he'll ever return to top 5 quarterback form. But I think that roster is still really good, and the Bengals defense is just a little bit underwhelming
We love
for
that
me.
roster.
We love that Cleveland
Love that
roster.
roster.
Love that roster. I just give me the home division dog in the Cleveland
wait for it.
Browns. Sage, tell us about it.
You know, I'm actually going with the Cincinnati Bengals here.
Okay.
And I think Joe Burrow's going to play. You know why?
I'm sure he's gonna play.
Because he hates me.
Yeah.
He fucking hates me, and I know he's doing it just to spite me in particular. He knows who I am. He's coming after me.
Yep.
And he knows that we're playing him week 2, so he's gonna stare us down
Yep.
and be like, "You see what I just did to the fucking Browns?"
Yeah. See what I did there?
But aside from that, I mean, I have no reason to go against the Bengals
Yeah,
at
it's
this
hard
point.
to pick against him. It is.
It's really hard to pick against them, especially when the Browns are so good on paper. But I've been saying
They
the
were really
Browns are
good
good
on
on
paper
paper for
last year.
3 years.
Yeah.
So ever since Baker Mayfield was like tearing it up with them,
Led
we've
him
been
to the
saying
playoffs.
they had
Ever
a
since
great,
that year after he
yeah.
took him to the playoffs, it's like this team could go,
Yeah.
it's
So
just
and it just has never gone.
I think until Kevin Stefanski's gone, I'm not picking
Yeah.
the Browns.
Yeah. I get you. Colin.
That's fair. I'm going Browns as well. Love the roster.
Yeah, love that roster.
You talked about Joe Burrow, obviously his health being the biggest question, but as you mentioned, he is 1-4 in his career against the Browns, and in that one win, I did write down the stats just for fun. 18 of 33 passing, 239 yards, 2 tuds, 1 pick. Kind of a
Pretty average
pedestrian
game.
afternoon.
Okay.
So it's not like he lit it up, but obviously they did win, so you can't knock him for winning. Now on the Browns side of things, Kareem Hunt's out of town, so Nick Chubb's taking over the whole load.
Yep.
Hey, yo.
Whoa, a whole
Nick
Load
Chubb
from
is
Chubb.
taking on the whole load. I don't see the Bengals have. You talked about the Bengals defense not being fantastic. I don't see them having an answer for Chubb.
Yeah.
9 games against the Bengals in
Hard
Chubb's
to stop
career.
a Chubb.
Yeah.
It's hard to stop a full Chubb.
Hard to
Yeah,
stop.
that's the truth.
It's just
They
gonna
don't
ram
even- They
you.
get half Chubb, three-quarter
Trading for
Chubb.
Chubb right
now to make that
Yeah.
fantasy
Full
team?
Chubb,
Full
Chubb.
Chubb.
I'll say in his 9 games against the Bengals in his career, he's averaging 17 carries a game, 88.6 rushing yards per game, which is over 5 a carry, 8 tuds in those 9 games.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So basically, I am betting on Nick Chubb.
Yeah, betting
Yeah.
on
And the last thing I'll say, he's gone
Valid.
over 100 yards in 5 of those 9 games. So over in 50% of his games against the Bengals, he's touched 100, and now he doesn't have the biggest poacher in the league
Yeah.
on his roster anymore. So I think he's going to run all over them. I'm going to take the Browns plus
Yeah,
the 2.5.
stat that.
Yeah.
Addison, bring us
Now,
home.
I do love this Cleveland Browns roster.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
with all
we
my
know.
heart.
With all his
The
heart.
defense is elite. We could go by it. I'll just skip it because I've done it a million times. But with that being said, I am taking the Bengals minus 2.5.
Okay.
Week 1, Deshaun Watson. I think top 5 quarterback coming back. That
Think
might
so?
be a stretch.
Yeah, I
that
think
might be a
top,
stretch.
yeah.
I don't know if he ever gets there. Top 10 though.
Good.
Quarterbacks eventually you could that bottom 10. You could argue every single year it's somebody else. Somebody steps up.
Yep.
I think this is a full season coming back. Last year, the Browns, he could practice, but are they using valuable reps for a guy that can't play till week 12 or week 13?
Why would you?
No, they needed to use Jacoby Brissett.
Yep.
Deshaun Watson's been taking 1 reps all summer. He's finally back, but I just think it's not enough week 1. I think the Bengals and Joe Burrow, it's a competitive game, and the Browns' offense is surprising. I think Watson's going to throw for a good bit here, and it's a little bit of a shootout, and it's 2.5. I love it. That's a McPherson field goal to win, a walk-off. Please think maybe even an OT scenario, because I will say Bengals early in the year, not the best.
No, they struggled last year.
Steelers last year, a couple years ago, Burrow against the Bears. He had a bad game, and it's just early in the year. They get going late. The Bengals, they did it last year. They won like 8 straight or something at the end of the season.
I said that Zach Taylor should be on the hot seat.
Yeah, they were struggling, but it's like
they
really got it going. So it's like early year. I think it's going to be close, and this is where McPherson comes into play.
Yeah,
and
field goal to win.
Field goal somewhere to walk off by 3. So give me the Bengals -2.5.
I like that. And then Bobby is the tiebreaker. Bobby went Cleveland in this one. Bobby took the home team. It's a pick 'em. They're saying -2.5 for the road team. It's essentially saying no. I'm sorry, that's backwards. They're saying the Bengals are the better team, but whatever. It's gonna be a good game. It's an NFC North matchup. These teams don't like each other. It's gonna be low scoring. It's gonna be a beating.
And it's week 1.
And it's week 1.
AFC
man.
North is just gonna be bloodbath.
It is. All 4 teams are gonna be good. I think I had all 4 of them close to or at 500 or better. Next up, in a division that will not be a bloodbath, it's just gonna be a domination. A bit of an empire here. Jacksonville traveling to the Colts. Jacksonville. 4.5-point favorites against this Colts team.
Seems low.
Seems very low for me. I'm all on Jacksonville -4.5 here. I know I've got a thing. Home division dogs. It doesn't matter here. I'm sorry. That's insane. 4.5 points. Are we sure about that? A touchdown is not. Wow. That blows my mind. Give me the Jags -4.5. I think they're going to be one of the best teams in the league this year. And I think the Colts are going to struggle a little bit. New everything. New head coach. New system. New quarterback. No Jonathan Taylor. You're telling me that the Jags are only going to win by a field goal? Yeah. No shot. No shot. Jacksonville -4.5. It didn't make it my mortal lock. I thought really hard about it, but I didn't. Yeah. Sage.
Heard. Yeah, I'm rolling right along with you with the Jacksonville Jaguars here. I still think I would take them at probably 7 too.
Same. I think I would too.
Like it doesn't seem big enough for me, especially with Anthony Richardson having his first start in the league.
Against a good team.
Against a good team. Not a good defense. I will say they don't have a great defense, but very middling, maybe even below average defense. But that still doesn't bother me because it's his first game back. I mean, they're introducing a new coach, new
everything,
new staff. Yeah, it's so much new against a good team. I feel like they're just going to be trailing the entire time, and he's going to get some reps.
Maybe a backdoor cover breaks our hearts here, but I just don't see any way that the Colts can score 30 points, and I think the Jags will almost guaranteed score more than 30 points.
Agreed.
In my opinion. Colin.
Yeah, this is one you might tease up to like -10 or -13.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Because I'm totally with you guys.
Yeah.
Because you mention it, the Jags don't have a great defense, but if they get kickoff score, Colts sputter their first drive, and then they score again, and it's like, oh, fuck, now we're down 14-0 or 10-0 or whatever. So that's just that mountain.
Yeah.
But then, one score and you're covering. So,
yeah, I know. That's
I don't know. I'm going to take the Jags just because I think they're more of the proven. It's more familiarity, as you mentioned. Not as much going on and change in the offseason.
Yeah, like none. Second year of every continuity here, in my opinion.
Besides, I guess, their biggest weapon coming back.
Yeah. Right. You're adding a great player.
Tough for the Colts to have this game week 1 because I wonder what the spread would be if it was week 5.
Right.
Give Richardson some time.
Figure it out.
Because this is Richardson's first true NFL speed. End of the day, preseason's its own thing, and I always bring up Bears, but Fields, before he even benched against the Titans, I mean, he shredded them in the preseason. And everybody's, he's a great, what are you talking about? Now
preseason.
It's this question, is he a passer? And I was like, he's done it in the preseason against the lesser guys.
Right.
Richardson's going against people that are trying now to fully make their bag, man.
Yes.
If they sack you, that's more money on their next contract. Like it is, and also they're trying to win for their team. The full game speed, I think it's a tough matchup because it's a division opponent who is their division favorite. Give me the Jags -4.5.
Yeah.
I just think, like you said, Colin, scenario, if they're down big, down 14, you're turning to Richardson off maybe a potential 3 and out. Hey, kid, go score a touchdown right now because we need this bad. This
also,
is the
pressure's
NFL now.
mounting.
Yeah, and it's, again, first game might just be a little bit too much, and the 4.5 is not enough to scare me. So Jags
and fortunately for all of us, this is not a clean sweep because Bobby took his hometown Colts.
Wow.
Bobby said, "Give me those Colts +4.5,
That's
baby."
That's a heartbreaker waiting to happen.
I know it is. I can't wait till we're talking at the beginning of the next show, and we're like, "Damn it, Bobby! How did you? How are you the only one who got this one right?" Let's move along to another one. We've got.
Say, what does Bobby know?
I know, right? Well, what we talked about this last year? What does Vegas know? Why is it only 4.5
Yeah,
points?
if they had Taylor, is this a 3-point spread?
Right. Yeah. What are we saying? Is this damn near pick 'em?
They don't have Taylor at all.
Right. No Jonathan Taylor, and even with that, like this is today.
I don't
know
even think they have
Taylor's
Zach
not
Moss
playing.
either. I
No,
think
it's
Deion
broken
Jackson.
form.
It's
Deion
Deion
Jackson and
Evan
Evan Hull.
Yeah.
That's who they're trotting out there.
And James Robinson, they got visited. I don't know if
Visited,
he's
not even signed.
visited.
Is he
And
gonna
it's
play
even
on
if he did, it's
Thursday?
like, yikes, like, that's not good
James
enough.
Robinson revenge game?
Yeah. Oh,
That would be a big storyline if
But
he's
still,
signed
it's
and
just
learns the
like,
playbook
oh
in
my.
48 hours or
Yeah.
a couple of days, I guess. But I just don't see any way that happens.
No.
Next up, we've got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers traveling to Minnesota. -6, Minnesota, the home favorites. Sage, what are your thoughts on this one?
This is scary. I like the Bucks in this, actually.
Really?
I'm going to take the Bucks plus the points.
Really?
Yeah, I am going to take the Bucks plus the points. I think Minnesota's defense is still going to be Swiss cheese.
It will,
at this
absolutely. I mean,
point.
they got rid of
First
everybody.
week, I mean, granted, Brian Flores, but still, you need talent.
Yeah, you don't have talent.
And they still have Mike Evans. They still have Chris Godwin. I think Rashad White is honestly going to be a beast.
He could be.
I kind of like Sean Tucker if he's back this week.
Mhm.
If he's back this week. And their defense hasn't changed much, and Todd Bowles still knows how to coach a fucking defense.
Defensive guy.
Justin Jefferson's going to get his. We know that.
Yeah.
Give him 100 yards. Give him a touchdown.
Lock that in.
Let him start off hot. That's fine. But yeah, I'm not high on the Bucks. I don't think they're going to win this game, but I think they're going to make it close.
Okay. Colin, thoughts?
You know, the more we've talked before we started recording and the more Sage is talking,
Oh.
I originally had Vikings, but I'm going to stick with the Minnesota Vikings.
Okay. All right. Stay with them.
I really teetered for a second there, but I'm going to stick with Minnesota. I do have them winning the North this year, which was kind of controversial.
Yeah, a little bit.
But you look at the two teams here. Obviously, Minnesota's defense blows.
Terrible. Bottom
Yes,
line.
Tampa
so
has
bad.
the offensive weapons, but their line stinks.
Mhm.
Their quarterback stinks,
Yes.
and their running back's a little unproven. And
Sure.
they have a disgruntled wide receiver one.
Yeah, Mike
allegedly.
Evans doesn't want there anymore.
However,
Right.
Minnesota loses Dalvin Cook, so it's like, is Alexander Madison
the guy?
actually a guy, or is he like, I can fill in like a week
Advanced
or two
analytics
when
say
you have a
he's not.
hamstring kind of guy? So I'm a little wary about that. They also lost to Darius Smith and Patrick Peterson, which was like two of their only
Decent defensive
okay
players.
defensive guys. But I'm going to stick with Minnesota here. I just think their offense can score more.
I've got to respect Minnesota's GM just recognizing, you know what, our defense is going to be bad. Let's just get rid of everybody on the defense. Let's draft a wide receiver in round one here. Let's just really lean into this whole no defense, all gas sort of
I
deal.
appreciate it, though.
I
appreciate it.
respect it.
I think they kind of saw what the Lions were doing the
Yeah,
last
and they're
couple
like,
of years.
huh,
They're like,
that's
you
not
know
a bad
what?
idea.
We like that scoring
We could
thing.
do that. Scoring's more fun. Addison, your pick in this one.
I am going to be riding with Sage.
Ooh.
I'm also going to pick the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Week 1 is just full of weird shit.
It is.
And Tampa Bay +6 on the road. This is going to be a thing where it potentially could happen even week 1. Minnesota, all those close games, going to come back to bite them in the ass.
Mm-hmm.
And 6 points, they might win here and prove me wrong and get a bunch of one-score wins. But
I'd be shocked.
Tampa Bay +6, it's going to be so Baker to come out and have a great first game
Yeah,
with this
mountain
team,
ball.
with these weapons, and it's going to show what they could be and then never get back there.
And then
Yeah.
suck.
And just never get back there. So give me Tampa Bay +6,
+6. Okay.
covering, against
All
these
right.
Minnesota Vikings.
I like that. Bobby's on the Vikings -6. And I guess then that leaves me as the decider, and I do have the Vikings, the home team, -6 here.
Mm-hmm.
It is interesting to me, though, if you give 3 to the home team, that Vegas thinks that Minnesota is only 3 points better than the
Yeah,
Bucks
no,
because
yeah.
I've been trashing the Bucks. I'll own that. I think most of us have been trashing the Bucks this offseason. We don't like what they're doing.
Yeah.
Their defense is this is going to have to be high scoring. I think if the Bucks want a shot at this,
Yeah, I seriously think this is
they're gonna have to
I
put up
really won't be
28,
shocked when
30
Baker
points.
throws for almost 300 yards and 3 tuds, and Mike
Yeah.
Evans has 100 yards and a tud, and everything calms down real
Yeah,
quick.
and everyone's quiet.
I almost think
it's
it's the other way. I almost think the Bucks favor better for covering if it's a lower scoring game, just because that means
That's
So,
true.
Yeah, but I just don't know how the Vikings are gonna stop it. Literally, anybody.
I don't either. I don't either.
Like if
I
you
agree.
I
add
think this is a
seven
big Rashawn
of our
White game.
buddies
Yeah.
to this group right
Yeah.
here, I think we could score on the Vikings.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's like Daniil Hunter, and then
At least
it's
one.
just
Yeah, at least
Field
one.
goal.
They
Field
brought
goal.
Give us
Marcus
Justin Tucker.
Davis
We'll
for
take
another
it.
Oh, that's right.
runs,
Yeah,
but
I forgot
mean,
about
that's-
that. The two ends.
Hey, that's
Yeah.
great, but
They've
you
got
can
a
run
couple
away
edge
from
rushers,
him.
right,
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
avoid the edge
Yeah,
rushers.
exactly.
I mean,
We're running
I
Hunter.
Don't even know who their number one corner
Yeah.
is in Minnesota.
No, it's bad.
I am gonna take them because I think they'll just outscore everybody they play if they can outscore everybody. Like that offense is gonna be potent. I'm a big Jordan Addison guy. I think their offense is gonna be good enough to win by a touchdown at home. If this game's in Tampa Bay, I might take the Bucks outright.
Yeah.
Personally, in Minnesota, at their home field, everyone's doubting them. Everyone's saying you're not the best team in your division. It's the Lions. They're the best team. You got lucky last year. I think Kirko Chains is listening to all that. You know,
I wish he had that
Kirko
mustache.
Chains,
I wish
baby.
he had
that was
goatee
interesting.
or whatever Van Dyke,
Yeah.
whatever
Oh,
it is,
yeah.
man, because It actually looked good on him.
It was
I'll
fire.
straight up say it. If he
fire.
had that, I'd be a little bit more intimidated.
It reminds me of the
Prime time.
2011 Joe Flacco Fu Manchu.
Yeah,
Hey,
bingo.
man.
Sometimes
They're the same
At the
player,
end of the day,
so
you treat it like phase in your career.
Sometimes
Brady
you gotta
had
spend
that
that
long
VC.
hair. Then exactly.
Sometimes you gotta spend that VC and
100%.
intimidate him a
Upgrade
little
that guy,
bit.
yeah.
That's right. Give me the Vikings
spend
minus
like
the 6.
30K more VC.
Yeah,
Right,
that's it.
whatever.
Get the mustache.
Get
Yeah,
the stash. Next up,
Yeah,
we've
Lance.
got Sage Downtown's Ravens hosting the Houston Texans. Biggest spread of the week.
Yep.
Barely.
As it should be.
As it should be. It's minus 10. Baltimore at home against the Houston Texans. Colin, why don't you start us on this one? We'll let Sage bring up the rear.
Yeah, I love the Ravens with the points here.
Yeah.
Or laying the points here with 10. You throw a rookie quarterback into Baltimore against that defense. I mean, good God, I feel so bad for CJ Stroud.
Thoughts and
company.
prayers.
Also, you look at the other side of the ball, we already talked about, and probably a different video than this one. The Ravens adding their weapons offensively, obviously bringing back Lamar. He's healthy and happy.
Yep.
Who's that, Olivia Rodrigo?
Yeah.
Bringing the new offensive coordinator from Georgia, just won back-to-back national championships, so he knows what he's doing. Also, you look at the Ravens, 11 personnel, 12% of their plays last season. In the preseason alone, they've been in 11 personnel, 59.8% of the plays. So we're not going heavy set.
No.
We're going to space it out a little bit, and we're going to let the offense roll like that.
Yeah.
So I kind
and
of like
that's how
the
Lamar played in
offense.
Louisville.
Yep. They're
Yeah,
going to
please.
return it back to the Louisville Lamar, and that's the
Get
scary
those
thing.
guys
That's what I
with
want.
speed, the ball in space.
Yep, and let them go. Like, that's what the
Good
Ravens,
times.
like,
Zay Flowers 2 touchdowns.
Bateman and Zay Flowers are
Double
both
drags.
super shifty.
Yeah.
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 Drags, send them on a slant to clear it out, and have the tight end over the middle in case
Yep.
you need to
Andrews
dump
is
it
on
off.
a streak.
Yeah, just
Every
clear
game,
them
or
out
deep post.
and have the drags.
Yeah.
Bingo.
I love the
Jeez.
Ravens in this game. This might be like a 20, 30-point blowout. I mean, I'm
This
serious.
could get
This
ugly.
could be bad.
Yeah, this could be Ravens Dolphins 2019 bad.
That was week 1.
I know.
That was week 1.
I know it was. Except it was in Miami. You guys are such assholes. I might pick against
Go
you
for it
because
on
of
4th
that.
down.
Yeah,
fourth
and
quarter.
fake punt
Up by
30.
40.
I love
That was unbelievable.
That was hilarious.
I
I felt bad too, though.
You were watching it with me. You celebrate every
You
point.
weren't
Don't act
acting
like
like
you
you felt
didn't
bad.
love it. Ate that
You're like,
shit up.
yes, fake punt.
Yeah! I was like, oh my god.
You got us back
69
last
to
year.
10. I
You
did
got us
last
back
2
last
years.
year.
Last 2 years.
Last 2 years. The 2 years ago was a fluke.
Yeah. Addison, you're picking this one.
I am taking Houston
A lot of
plus the
points.
10. It's a lot of
What?
points, man.
That's a lot of points.
It's
I'm
a lot of
noticing
points,
Addison's
and I'll say
on
this.
the road teams exclusively.
I'll say this.
Ooh, that's rough.
The last drive I watched, or last game of the preseason, Stroud's first drive out there, they actually looked like a competent offense.
Decent.
He moved well in the pocket and was honestly going through reads and hitting throws, which obviously is what we know CJ Stroud can do.
Right.
I will say it terrifies me that this is against Harbaugh and the Ravens for this first game.
That's a tough matchup.
That is, they're
man.
licking their chops. I mean, as much as Belichick gets his love for beating rookie quarterbacks, I guarantee the Ravens are right
Ravens
there
are
along.
too,
him.
man.
Harbaugh's a monster as a coach. Always has the Ravens ready to play.
Yeah.
With that all being said, man, I'm taking Houston plus the 10.
Houston plus
Just
the
a lot
10?
of points.
Woo!
Give me him. I'm riding with rookie Stroud.
Respect.
Stroudy with a chance of meatballs.
Stroudy with a chance
I'll
of
say it
meatball.
is not often that you ever take someone that's like 9+ points.
Yeah, you
I'll say
like to lay.
you
That's a lot of
love the
points.
numbers.
That's a
You
lot
love
of points in this league.
I like it.
Yeah, I can't. I don't hate it. I am going with Baltimore in this one minus the 10 again, just because I really think Lamar and this team is going to be nasty, and that defense is good. Like Baltimore, we like to talk about Baltimore's offense. That defense was top 5 last year after the Dolphins thrashed them. They got really good. You know, they were a really good defense. Yeah, they're missing some corners, but Houston's in one wide receivers who Nico Collins just doesn't
Robert
scare
Woods.
Robert
Taking
Woods.
it out. He's got all his 12 receivers.
Rookie, I
in front of
listed them
him.
all. Like, great, okay, buddy. Amon Ross St. Brown did that last year.
I think
You're late
yeah,
on
I'd
that.
say I like D'Amico Ryans. I just think he
Same.
might
I
have
like-
him playing
it could
a
be-
little
if
bit.
he keeps it low
to
scoring,
me,
they
I
could
think
go.
it's Seattle versus Denver. Obviously, not as much emotional connection, and Seattle did obviously go on to play great
Right.
the rest of the season. But I think it's a thing where it's just new coach, energy's a little
Come out
high,
a little fired up.
and hey, this ain't a win. This is covering the 10. Baby.
Just cover the
Covering
10. Right.
Fair.
And hey, honestly, I could see it all us having a tie and this being a push.
Yeah,
You know
I
what
could
mean?
see
For
them
sure.
winning this
Ravens
one,
win
like-
by 10.
yeah.
I could also see him winning big, but
Yeah.
I'm praying. That
The
they
only chance Houston has is I know that they just spent a crap ton of money on their offensive line. Like
Yeah.
bringing in Shaq Mason,
Yeah.
drafting Juice Scruggs,
Yeah.
paying Laramie Tunsil. So if they can neutralize Baltimore's pass rush, I could see them
Which
doing
shouldn't be hard.
Which
It's
no,
not our strength.
Ojabo's coming off of that injury. You know, like your pass rush is not the strength. And then Marshawn is not Marshawn. Marlon. Is he playing? Marlon Humphrey?
Marlon Humphrey's not playing.
So missing some corners. I could see them trying to kill clock and just giving the ball to Dameon Pierce 30 times.
Yeah.
That's their only shot. If Baltimore gets the ball first, comes out, scores, stops them, scores again, it's like, uh-oh, we got something brewing here.
Defense, special team touchdown.
Yeah, it's something ugly. It's like, that's when I see it getting ugly. Who knows? But I'm going to take Baltimore minus the 10 here.
Stroud
because
throws his rookie pick.
Right, his Stevie Wonder throw, and all of a sudden they're in trouble.
Yeah.
Sage, bring us home.
All right, I'm taking Baltimore. I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. Here's my reasoning. All right. Over the 15 years we've had with John Harbaugh, he is 21-7 against rookie quarterbacks. Week 1 record 11-4.
Okay, yeah.
He doesn't lose on week 1 much. In the past few years, he's actually blown out people in week 1.
Yeah.
Last year, beat the Jets like 29-7 or something.
Beat them handily.
The year before that, ask Nate.
That was 2019.
Oh, my bad.
God.
I think we beat the Steelers like 34-7.
I mean, you guys blow out people in week 1.
Week 1 is just it's like the Andy Reid thing. You give us more weeks to prepare.
You give that great coaching staff that knows what they're doing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And we have a complicated defense. We've been known for that ever since I can remember with every coordinator we've gotten. So we're going to be confusing C.J. Stroud.
This is going to be
That's where it goes into. Is this kid really going to? Is his IQ there? You know, what I mean, is that where?
Yeah, that S2 score wasn't pretty.
We'll be challenging that right off the bat.
Yep,
so Marcus Williams, he's going to be commanding the back of that secondary.
Kyle Hamilton back there too.
Kyle Hamilton, super smart.
Linebackers are elite. I mean,
it's a tough ask for Houston.
No,
just got to cover the 10.
It's going to be tough.
It won't be a good game, but it'll be fun to watch. It'll be a fun one to watch because of Stroud and because I think Baltimore could be really good this year. And we'll see. This is a good benchmark. If they come out flat against Houston, we're like, how are we going to look against Cincinnati next week? See, we need to see something.
With all of our new stuff on offense, this is the perfect game to start.
Great time to try it out.
I'm so happy about it.
Yeah, and then week 3
you get
Indy.
But you
don't want to show too much.
Right. Treat it like week 3 of the preseason back in the day when starters played the first half. Let's show them a little something.
We have Cincinnati next week. We can't show our cards.
We can't show everything. Right. So, all right. Pretty heavy Baltimore. Addison sticking with the Texans. I like it. Next up.
Who does Bobby got?
Oh, I'm sorry. Bobby's on the Baltimore Ravens.
Okay.
Yeah, Bobby's Ravens. Next up, we've got surprising one here for me, at least with the spread. Tennessee going to New Orleans. New Orleans -3. Vegas is calling this a pick'em. I think that's personally hysterical.
Yeah.
I just don't see any way this game's within 3 points. Not a single way, unless they have the ball for 40 minutes. Tennessee has the ball for 40 minutes because of Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
Obviously, Bobby's on the Saints. I'm on the Saints. I just don't see any way that the Saints don't come out and win this game big, personally. I just think the Titans' time is done. I think it's over. I know Vrabel makes it tough, but it's only 3 points. If it was like 7, I would pause. Yeah. It would make me think about it. But only 3 points.
Yeah, this is a legit pick'em. If this is a neutral field,
they're saying it'd be even.
+1, -1.
It'd be even money.
Either team, either day.
That is crazy to me because I believe in the Saints. I made a mistake of not believing in them a lot last year. I'm not going to fall for that, at least not this week.
Yeah.
Sage.
Yeah, I'm also believing in the Saints. I mean, I called for them to win like 11 games a few weeks ago when we were calling how they were going to do. I believe in the Saints a lot. I think Derek Carr he looks jacked right now.
Yeah, he does.
He looks like Taysom Hill right now, which is kind of wild. But also, I just don't believe in the Tennessee Titans. Part of it is probably, because they're boring as shit.
They're so boring.
Like, I don't want to watch this game. I don't think it's going to be a good game.
No, I have no interest in watching this.
The last game I want to watch this week. But I really think that the New Orleans Saints just have enough firepower to just bring it to the Titans defense.
Yeah.
I don't think they have enough pieces to stop them. I think Chris Olave is going to go off. I think Taysom Hill might get a touchdown. I don't know. Anything could happen in this game, and I don't think anything could happen for Tennessee besides Derrick Henry going off.
Yeah, that's their only hope.
But even then, I believe in the Saints defense.
Yes,
they got pieces.
They got a nasty defensive line.
And they got leaders.
Yeah.
But Dennis Allen's a good coach.
Dennis Allen is very good at doing what he wants to do. Run the ball and play defense.
Yeah.
Colin, your thoughts?
So this would be for a sweep.
If Addison takes the Saints, yes.
If Addison takes the Saints, yes.
That's all right. First sweeps. Well, it's a new year. Anything can happen. Maybe we'll go undefeated with our sweeps.
Ooh.
You never know. You never know. What are your thoughts? If you tell me you're taking the Titans, I'm going to be stunned. Because you had the Titans script, so you read what Roger said about the Tennessee Titans.
I did read what he said. And so far, he's been a little inaccurate with his script. So
a little
we're
off so far.
That a little later. I think it's time for the Dumbass Pick of the Week, brought to you by SeatGeek.
Use promo code PlayBookSports for $20 off your first order of $30 or more. You save money, we get money, everybody wins.
Dumbass Pick of the Week. Dumbass Pick of the Week. Titans +3. Sloppy, they muck it up. Somehow I'm praying for that push.
Wow. Yeah, praying just for this to not count.
And I also took Hopkins under in yards for the year. So.
Right, I know. And very down on the Titans. I'll have to go back and look at your standings on where you had them.
Oh, I like it.
It was probably very low.
Second to last.
I don't have it with me, I don't think, but I'll find it. Dead last. I'll find it. Don't you worry. I have it saved.
They're winning this game outright.
Tennessee Titans, baby. Addison, bring us home.
I am going to go with the Saints here. I think it's Derek Carr proving to the rest of the league, hey, Raiders gave up on me, and we'll see what they read from that decision.
Yeah.
But the Saints, man, I like that offense. You said Olave. I like Jamal Williams back there.
Same.
Missing Kamara early. Don't care. I think Michael Thomas is actually going to play potentially 10 games plus.
Be interesting to see if he plays.
Plays 3 games and retires. Who knows? He's going to be out here week 1, though.
Yeah.
And I think he's going to make an impact. I really think this is Derek Carr trying to just show the New Orleans fans, hey, I'm here to win.
Mm-hmm.
I want to get this going off the right foot. Obviously, it's not just up to him. It's the whole team. But like you said, Sage, the defense can shut down what the Tennessee Titans are good at.
Yep.
And I feel bad for Vrabel, but I think he's going to make it through all this bullshit in Tennessee where they dismantle everything and bring it back up because he's a good coach.
Get rid of him.
And that's why it will be close. That's why this isn't a
close.
7-10 point spread. But I don't think Tennessee covers the 3. I think the Saints probably win 7-10 points. So give me the Saints.
It's hard to say a week 1 game is must win.
Yeah.
But for the Saints, if you cannot win at home against Tennessee, you don't have any hope of winning your division, and your season is a wash, and you have failed. So 4 of us on the Saints. Colin going with the Titans with the SeatGeek Dumbass Pick of the Week.
Dumbass Pick of the Week brought to you by SeatGeek.
Brought to you by SeatGeek.
Stay tuned for next week's.
Love it. Next up, we've got 2 more noon games to talk about. Let's talk about 49ers traveling to Pittsburgh. Kind of the preseason darlings, Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yep.
Right now it's Niners minus 2.5. Sage, what do you think about this one?
I think this is the hardest game of the week to pick. Easily.
I think it is too.
It's really close. I mean, obviously, I think I'm high on Pittsburgh this year, and I hate to say it.
Yeah.
But San Fran just has a few question marks where if I knew they were the same team as they were like last year at week 16, easily San Francisco. Yeah. But with Brock Purdy coming back from injury, give me Pittsburgh. Plus 2.5.
Okay.
I don't want to say it, but again, like when it comes to coaching, I trust Mike Tomlin. I think he's just going to have everything ready. They have a lot of things to look at. Like we're going to see how smart how smart Brock Purdy is because Pittsburgh's defense is
going to be good,
raring to go.
It's going to be good. Yeah.
I'm excited for it.
I agree. Colin, your thoughts here?
Well, I just got 3 questions for you guys.
Yeah.
The Steelers at home.
Yep.
Is Mike Tomlin the coach?
Sure is.
Is T.J. Watt scheduled to play?
Unfortunately.
T.J. Watt is playing, yes.
Okay, I'm going to take the Steelers plus the 2.5.
Yeah. Done and done. I mean, without him last year, I think of the 8 games without T.J. Watt, I think they only won 1.
It's crazy.
Like, I think they went 1-7 without T.J. Watt and then went 8-0 with him or something like 7-1 with him and like 2-7
I think he breaks the sack record this year.
He might. God, he's good.
I think he breaks it by week 17.
Yeah, like before, you mean? Like before last week? Yeah. I could see it, man. He's insane. Pickett, second year in that offense. George Pickens looks like the real deal with some of these grabs, man. Deontay Johnson is going to catch a touchdown this year. He just is. You can't go 140 targets without a touchdown again. There's no way. Yeah. But, Addison, what are your thoughts on this one?
Man, I hope we don't clean sweep for Pittsburgh and I'll look stupid as shit when San Fran goes in there and dominates. So I'm on Pittsburgh as well.
Shit.
It's the same thing, man. I'm making it known now that I am down on Purdy.
Yeah.
More than others, at least. I think it's going to be a thing where they're really regretting this whole situation.
Yeah.
At the end of the season. But this is just week 1. Still, like you said, this is Tomlin. It'd be maybe different if it was another team Shanahan could outcoach. You're not outcoaching Mike Tomlin. Like, this guy is also arguably one of the best coaches of all time.
Yep.
Agreed.
This team never goes under 500. That is just confirmed
fact.
It just is. So give me Pittsburgh at home plus the points. Kenny Pickett, like you said, big second year, big jump.
Yeah.
This is now, man.
Let's
They've given you the keys. You're the Pittsburgh kid, so let's prove it and let's cover this 2.5.
Yeah, and unfortunately, we are or fortunately, it's a new year, you guys. All right, things are different. New year, new playbook. The playbook this year says our clean sweeps are all winning because I'm taking the Steelers plus the 2.5 points, which again feels silly, but like we said, like this is a true test for Brock Purdy. Honestly, like one of the best defenses he'll see all season. Really. They're very, very good. That front 7 is vicious. I like Joey Porter as a rookie.
Nick Bosa being gone,
Nick
too.
Bosa being out is huge.
Yeah.
Big question marks about them. No DeMeco Ryan. First time seeing that defense without DeMeco Ryan in a while. And
who's their new coordinator?
I honestly don't know. I couldn't
tell
you off the top of my head. Yeah, don't know.
We'll find out. If they're good, we'll find out.
If they're good, we'll know. Yeah, if we're good, he'll be a head coach next year.
Yeah.
But this is probably recency bias playing into this because the Steelers and Kenny Pickett looked unbelievable in the preseason. It is the preseason, so who gives a shit? But, like, Kenny Pickett looked awesome. And at least you don't look bad in the preseason. If you're gonna look good in the I'd rather you look good in the preseason.
He should have hit.
Right. At least he wasn't missing the easy ones. He wasn't missing the layups. If he was missing the layups, I would be a lot further down on them.
49ers DC is Steve Wilkes, so he'll be fired.
He'll be fired for sure.
Oh no, Steve Wilkes. His players love
So if the team struggles overall,
he's gone. He's gone. Yeah.
Honestly, I was surprised he didn't keep the job in what was it, Carolina last year?
Carolina.
Oh,
he
yeah,
was interim
interim.
last year. Yeah,
he did really good.
Yeah, they all bought in on him too.
That's a pretty good DC. I'll give him. That's a pretty good DC pick.
I think he's a DC, not a head coach.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, sorry, that's some guy. Sorry, Vic
Fangio.
Yeah,
DC,
sorry.
not a head coach.
Yeah, elite DC.
Yeah.
If he had
Rex Ryan.
Yeah, if he head coach.
Sorry, it's a whole other plate.
It's a whole other thing that you're having to deal with. Yep. But the good news is, with us all sweeping the Steelers, the likelihood of us all sweeping this one seems like tenfold. It is Arizona going to Washington. Arizona's starting quarterback, don't know, because Jonathan Gannon won't tell anybody, because it gives him a competitive advantage, whether it's Clayton Tune, the 4th-round rookie out of Houston, or Joshua Dobbs, who just got to the team yesterday. It's -7 for Washington. It's a decent-sized spread. Yeah. I never thought in a million years when I saw the schedule that Washington would ever be a touchdown favorite. Ever, in a million years. But, man, I watched some of those Cardinals practice videos. It is ugly what's happening out there. Buda Baker doesn't want to be there. I don't know. Bobby's got Washington. Also, he had Pittsburgh. I don't know if I said that, but he has Pittsburgh. Bobby's got Washington. I'm going to go with Washington -7 here, as I'm sure we all will.
Yes.
Addison.
I'm also going to go with Washington -7 here.
Yep.
I wish Kyler Murray was playing, because then maybe I could see
that's
somehow they
totally
cover.
Different.
Yeah, exactly. But Sam Howell lit it up Week 18 last year.
Yeah, he did, man.
I'm
they
hoping,
believe.
yeah, Bieniemy's going to come in and say, hey, look what I can do with this kid.
Yep.
-7, they're going to score points. I just don't see Arizona scoring points or stopping.
I mean, Arizona is stripping their roster down to the studs.
I'm sorry, they traded
Isaiah
away
Simmons for a
offensive
7th, gone.
line,
Josh Jones, starting right tackle, gone.
Yep.
DeAndre Hopkins, gone.
Yeah.
All their receivers are under 5'9".
Because they don't need them. It's because they don't need
them.
Yeah.
Clayton Tune. Colin, you're picking this one.
Gross. It's Washington -7.
Yeah.
Enough said. They had a great defense last year, and even if their offense is pitiful, which I don't think it will
Won't
be
be
against
horrible.
Arizona at least, I still think their defense alone can keep this number.
Agreed. Agreed. So, Sage, go ahead and bring us home. What you got?
You're an ass. So, as the viewers know from last season, we have a little competition. No?
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
What competition?
What competition?
Fuck it. All right. You know what? I'm going to Arizona Cardinals. Arizona Cardinals right here. And I'll tell you exactly why, all right?
Wow.
+7's a lot of points.
That's a lot of points.
Okay? That's a lot of points. Also, Washington, what have they proven?
Nothing.
At all.
Nothing.
They got Eric Bieniemy. Did he call the plays? No.
I doubt it.
He didn't call the plays in Kansas City.
Andy Reid,
Who was making those plays? Reid and Mahomes, all right?
Yep.
Great that they have Travis Kelce, too. Guess what you don't have here?
Travis Kelce?
Reid, Mahomes, or Travis Kelce?
No, yeah.
You have Jahan Dotson.
Yeah.
Great job getting that 5'9" wide receiver out there.
Another little fella.
Yeah, great job doing that.
Who else do they have in the wide receiver room?
I don't know. Some
Curtis Samuel.
Curtis
Samuel. Yeah, you forgot.
There's one more in there.
Scary something,
but I can't think of it. But that's okay. Continue. Please go ahead.
That man.
He's really good. He feels like a Raven at some point.
I wish.
He did. I thought for sure. But go ahead. So Arizona +7.
Arizona, yeah.
Okay.
And also, I'm big on James Conner this year.
Probably a big believer in Jonathan Gannon and the hype speeches he gives.
Oh, he's gonna be dropping bombs.
Pew, 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 pew. Explosions. Fire in your gut.
This might be the game he gets fired. Actually,
he might actually lose his job.
You know why they're gonna fire him? Because he's gonna win it, and they're gonna be like, "Damn, we wanted Caleb Williams."
You don't want to win.
So they gotta get rid of him.
I mean, what's gonna happen. In all fairness, this might be Arizona's best chance to win all season.
It is.
Well, they host the Rams, so that's a good one. They could win, but we'll see. All right, so
I'll give you this: if Josh Dobbs starts, they win this game.
Josh Dobbs starts. Arizona wins outright. Let me write that down. Josh Dobbs. I didn't make you say that. Starts. Arizona winning outright. Love that. Fantastic. You heard it. I heard it. We all saw it. Big star. All right, moving on. We've got a big one. NFC North matchup here.
I will say quickly before we go to 3, I did notice it also cut off the Carolina-Atlanta game.
I didn't even see that one. Oh my gosh. Okay, do you know the spread on that one?
It was.
I can find it really fast too. I'm sorry. We're an amateur podcast. What do you want from me?
Where is it at on my sheet here? It's right in front of my face. Atlanta 3.5 favorite.
And is it at Atlanta?
Yes.
Okay, so basically a pick 'em.
Literally, pretty much a pick.
So Carolina at Atlanta. Atlanta -3.5. Okay, Colin, who you got in that one?
Well, I'm going to take Carolina plus a 3.5,
Carolina
mostly
+3.5.
because I have them winning that division. NFC South champs, Carolina Panthers. You look at the two teams, a lot of turnover on both teams, really. Atlanta got a lot of people offensively. Obviously, Bijan's the big one.
Yep.
And they brought in a lot of people defensively. Obviously, Jesse Bates being the big one. A lot of money towards him.
A lot of money.
And then obviously Carolina, you look at their offense, bringing Miles Sanders, Adam Thielen, DJ Chark, Jonathan Mingo in the draft, Hayden Hurst. It's like their whole offense is completely different from last year. And they have the number 1 pick, and Frank Reich, who's an offensive-minded head coach. And I'm going to take Bryce Young over Desmond Ritter in any competition across the board, unless it comes to warfare, and then I'm taking Desmond Ritter.
Well, he fought in Vietnam.
Season So I'm taking Carolina plus.
There's no way he's not 40. I'm sorry. You cannot convince me that Desmond Ritter isn't actually 40 years old. Show me a birth certificate. I don't believe
he's the
seen
from bench
30 for 30. He was whipping out his World War I medals.
I think, he's a Purple Heart, I think I saw from one of the World Wars. All right, so Colin going Carolina. Addison, who are you going with this one?
Man, I'm also going with Carolina, and I am big on them. If the Saints struggle, Colin, I'm right there. I think Carolina will snatch up that division, but I'm not quite sold on them yet. But I love Carolina's offense. With the defense that was legit last year, they can create pressure. They've got good corners. Brian Burns, is he playing week 1, or is he?
I think so.
I didn't know if he
wants a
up
new
his
contract.
I didn't know if he wasn't
playing.
playing. Okay, well then.
Good news if he's not, they got Justin Houston.
Yeah, who's going to get 8 sacks? It's
8 sacks every year.
8 sacks
every
minimum.
season.
Like, trust me, he's 43. Don't care.
I wish we brought him back.
Sacks. But give me Carolina plus 3.5, man. Atlanta fans sort of chirped me when when Rodgers' schedule script leaked, and they were not high on the fact that Rodgers not high on Atlanta. I sort of agree there. So again, I think they're going to look at it and go, damn, Desmond Ritter's got to go, and maybe we can compete. So give me Carolina plus 3.5, and it starts early in the season.
Okay. Sage, I'm interested to hear your thoughts on this one before I go. What do you think?
I'm actually big into Atlanta this season.
Yeah.
And I feel like I am mostly because of that man running it all, Arthur Smith.
Yeah.
I think he's the superior coach when I'm looking at Arthur Smith versus Frank Reich. I mean, one of them lost their job.
Yeah, one of them, true.
One of them lost their job. Atlanta also, I love the weapons they have way more than who Bryce Young is thrown to.
Yeah.
Drake London was an 8 overall pick.
Yeah, top 10 pick.
Kyle Pitts was a 4 overall pick.
God, please use him.
I think London might have even been 4 too, back-to-back years.
Was he?
No, he was an 8.
I think he might have been 8.
He was an 8, but he was the first wide receiver picked that year.
Sauce. 4 last year was Sauce.
He was the first wide receiver picked that year, and he made significant strides. When you look at how Kyle Pitts should have done last year, he had the most uncatchable throws thrown to him from Marcus Mariota. They doubled. They doubled in catchable throws once Desmond Ritter took over.
That's insanity.
Yeah.
Doubled. He had, granted, under 400 yards last year. I don't expect that to happen again. I'm more looking at 800 to 900 yards, 7 touchdowns.
Yeah. A little better.
A decent
Not
season.
a rookie year number, but actually using him.
Yeah, they're going to have to feed him. But also, you're forgetting about the offensive rookie of the year this year.
Bijan Robinson. Maybe offensive player of the year.
Yeah, how are we not even mentioning this man?
Maybe.
First game, I mean, he's going to take a dump off 60 yards to the house.
Yeah he's insane.
He's gonna show them why we're here.
Yeah, no, he's legit.
He's
going to be the best athlete.
Don't forget about Algier either.
Yeah,
well, for real?
They get a lead, they're going to milk that clock.
Yeah.
And they're going to be the best team in the league at doing it.
For real.
The offensive line is good. I have made it very well known. I like Atlanta's roster. I like how they've built it. I hate their quarterback. It's the only thing they seem to forget, and they're like, "Oh, we believe in Desmond Ritter." No, you don't. Don't lie to me.
Yeah.
Nobody believes in Desmond Ritter, not even his own mother. Okay, so because she's probably 80 because he's pushing 50. So that all being said, I have to go with Atlanta. No, I hate the hook. I hate that it's 3.5. I hate that. But I'm going to go with the home team in this one. I'm going to take Atlanta because I also think that they are going to be able to run the ball better than anybody this season. That offensive line is like Tyler Algier did what he did last year as a 5th-round rookie. Yeah. Bijan Robinson is 10 times the running back that Tyler Algier is. And that's not a shot at Algier. It's just how good Bijan Robinson is. Bijan Robinson might have been the most overall talented player in this past draft. He's going to get all the touches in the world. Yeah, he could run the ball 30 times a game.
If there were no positions, he's probably one.
Yeah, I think if it's just overall talent, I think he is, and he's looked really good in camp. I mean, you try and cover him with the linebacker, it's over. He's gone.
Yeah.
I just think that at home in this one, first game for a rookie quarterback always scare me. I should have looked this up, but I didn't know the game was on apparently. I wonder what rookie quarterbacks' record are in their first game because it seems like it's always rough. Like they almost never come out and dominate. And Atlanta's got a decent defense at home, and they've got a team that's going to hold the ball for the majority of the game. It's just hard for me to not take the home team in this one. So I'm going to go Atlanta minus the 3.5 and not love it. I would really love it if it was 2.5. I mean, just fucking adore it. But I'll take 3.5 in Atlanta in this one, and I'll wait to hear back from Bobby. Right now it's a split, so Bobby will sway it one way or the other. Let's move on to the 325 games. There are 5 of them today, or on Sunday, I should say. First up, we've got an NFC North matchup. Green Bay Packers traveling to Chicago. Right now the line is the Bears -1.5. I went back and forth on this one a lot. Vegas has technically, I mean, if you give 3 points to Chicago, it's calling it a pick 'em more or less. It's 1.5 points. It's super close. I'm going to take Green Bay and just absolutely hate it on the road. But watch the Bears come out and spank them. I do like Green Bay's overall roster, especially their defensive side, more than Chicago's.
Yeah.
But I think Chicago is going to have the more explosive offense. And if Justin Fields starts running, it's over for Green Bay. They won't be able to stop him. It's going to be one of those 3 o'clock games. The 3 o'clock games are all pretty good.
Yeah.
That was going to be one I'm going to be keyed in on. But I'm going to take the head coach that's more proven with a more proven team in general in this one. I'm going to take the points too at 1.5. I can see Bears win this one by 21-20. That wouldn't shock me at all.
Yeah.
But I'm going to take Green Bay. Bobby's on the Bears -1.5. Sage.
You know, I'm going with the. I've been thinking about this all day.
No, this one's tough.
This one's really hard. This one's up there with like the Niners-Pittsburgh game.
Yes, this one's a hard one.
I'm going to go Green Bay with this game.
I'm
going to go Green Bay with this game plus the 1.5.
Yeah,
it's going to make a
that's
difference.
basically a money line.
Yeah, might as well be money line. Yeah, I'm going with Green Bay specifically because of their defense that's already been gelling.
Right. They've all
Matt
been
Eberflus
together.
hasn't really shown me too much with his defense, even though he's got a defensive mind.
Yep.
Which is kind of concerning to me. Again, like I think DJ Moore, I think he's going to be the best wide receiver on the field for both teams.
Yes, definitely.
And I'm really excited for you guys for that.
Finally
That's
got
going to be
him number
exciting.
When
one.
was the last time that could be said?
Right, we were begging for a number one for Fields and to see what he can do with it, and I'm excited to see
I
it.
mean, you're talking B. Marsh and Jeffrey.
Yeah,
That was
forever ago.
7-8 years ago. at
Yeah.
this point.
But honestly, the Packers defense is honestly the only thing that's
Like they were a major
making me-
letdown last year. Like everyone thought the Packers defense, like Kenny Clark, Jair Alexander was being talked at as the number one corner in the league last year. They were a total letdown. And
Yeah.
are they going to be better this week? I don't know.
That's the thing. Jair Alexander is the most important player in this game.
Huge.
If he can shut down DJ
real,
Moore,
for real.
I think
It's
Green
gonna be
Bay
hard for
wins this
the
game.
Bears to
Not
move.
big, but in a handily.
Gets it one, yeah.
So give me Green Bay
All right.
and Jair Alexander,
Yeah.
more specifically.
I like that. Colin, thoughts?
I'm going to go with the home team in this one,
Yeah.
Addison. You're welcome. I'm going to take the Bears. Talking
Such
about
a
Green
tough one
Bay's
to pick.
defense, I'm not huge on their front seven. I do like their secondary a lot, but I'm just not big on their front seven. I think that plays a huge part in the running game here with the Bears, although the Bears' defense isn't fantastic either.
Yeah.
But I'll take the Bears at home and the most joy and hope they've had going into a
Without a
Packers-Bears
doubt.
matchup.
And last year the Bears came out hot and beat the Niners in a monsoon, of course. But like
still-
that was a game they weren't supposed to win at all, and they came out and won
weren't.
that one. So I could see it. Addison, as the deciding pick here, tell me about it.
Well, I'm going Bears.
Yeah, shocked.
Shocker, shocker, shocker. And it's more so because I think this is like a must scenario for the Bears. Like,
One we'll talk about later.
I'll say this for LaFleur. Proven coach indeed. Proven coach with a Hall of
With
Fame quarterback.
Rodgers.
He now has essentially a rookie, but I get he's been in the league, so it won't be as rough as a rookie. He's played in a game that's big, but essentially a guy that's taken first reps as a starter.
Yeah.
This is it. This is your team now. Is it going to be another decade of greatness in Green Bay at quarterback? I'm praying to God not. I'm praying to God not.
Yep.
1.5 is not a lot of points.
No.
Like you said, this
A
is
field goal to win it
if
covers.
it's 1 point, that's heartbreaking 21-20. But if
Yeah.
it's something where it's just, man, I think the Bears defense, the pieces they added, can give them just enough to keep games a little bit closer. They scored points last year, just gave up way too many.
I mean, I didn't even talk about Tremaine Edmonds and T.J. Edwards. Those
Yeah.
are big
Yeah.
additions in the middle of that defense.
And at the end of the day, as much as I want to see Fields throw for 5,000 yards and become the next
Just
best passer in the
win.
league,
Just win.
if we have to run the ball and Fields throws 20 times, but it's better throws and he looks more comfortable, I don't care. It does not have to be 35 throws from Fields a game. We were good at running the ball last year. Great. One of the best teams in the league at it.
Yep.
We continue to do that. The defense improved. So I'm riding with the Bears week 1. Let's get it done. Let's set this next decade.
Set it. Yep. Set the table.
Off the right foot, please.
This is
Thank you.
big. Yeah. We'll talk more about this game later,
Yeah.
I'm certain. Next up, 325, we've got another divisional matchup, AFC West matchup here. The two bottom feeders of the division last year. Raiders going to Denver. A couple of teams hoping to look a little different. We've got Jimmy Garoppolo in Vegas now. We've got Sean Payton in Denver. It's -4 for Denver, so -1 point, essentially, almost a pick 'em, essentially. I I'm taking Denver minus the 4 points.
Okay.
I don't love it. I think Denver's going to be better than they were last year, though. And I don't know if Vegas is going to be better than they were last year, personally. I really don't.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys saw the thing about Chandler Jones today. Is being
was
locked out
wild.
of the building. Like, they aren't returning his calls.
Wow.
The coaches and GMs aren't talking to him. He posted, like, that's not my coach, my GM. I don't want any part of him. Like, they aren't letting him work out at the team facility. He's having to work out at a different gym. I don't know what's going on with that. It's weird. But
That's
He's
wild.
pissed.
like, I was on the record at the beginning of last season with this, and I'm staying with it. I don't think Josh McDaniels is a good head coach.
No.
He's one of those guys where he's a Belichick guy. How many of those guys have panned out? Practically none of them. I don't believe in McDaniel. I think he gets fired, if not middle of the season, definitely by the end of the season, because I don't think they're any good. Sage.
Yeah, I'm going to roll with you, Nate, on Denver right here. And I think a lot of it's going to come down to, like you said, McDaniels is a terrible head coach.
Yeah.
You know, and good head coaches win week 1.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's kind of like the benchmark
Yes,
for being a
seriously.
good head coach. Sean Payton is a good head coach.
Yeah.
And he inherited a good roster.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know it from last
How
year.
they played, right?
He inherited a good roster. And when you look at the weapons, I mean, Las Vegas, they have Josh Jacobs, congrats. They have Devontae Adams, one of the best wide receivers of our generation.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Top 5 right now still. for
But
sure.
he's got to line up against Pat Surtain,
Yeah, who's one of the best corners
who
right
is top 2
now. If
cornerback.
not the best corner in the league.
Top 2, and he's not
yeah.
2.
Yeah.
He's elite, man.
He's insane. It's
Yeah.
going to be a fun match. to
Love
watch.
Pat Surtain, and that's going to be scary because I got Devontae Adams. He's my first pick in the draft this year.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you said, like McDaniels isn't going to be ready for this, and Denver has my sleeper of the week this week,
Ooh,
and
okay.
you'll see it soon enough. Tune into that. Click the next
Okay.
video.
All right, yeah, you want to see that one. Colin, your thoughts on this one?
I'm going to take the Broncos at home as well, not only in Mile High, but you talk about the Raiders. What can go wrong will go wrong.
It does
seems to be the
every
Oakland or
single
the New
time.
Vegas Raiders.
Wow.
Oh,
Whoa.
Same
Whoa.
ownership,
Yeah, same owner.
same old Raiders.
Same
old
old Raiders.
I do think Jimmy Garoppolo with Josh McDaniels, sorry, I blanked on his name, he's so irrelevant.
Yeah, right.
Back in that system, he does know the system, so I mean, maybe there's some continuity there. Obviously, Josh Jacobs being back in the building is huge
Big,
because
very
without Josh
big.
Jacobs, they're even more dog shit than I
Toast.
think they're going to be anyway. And then let's see what Sean Payton brings. Let's
Yeah.
see how this Denver looks this year, and I'll take them with the 4 at home.
so I think Las Vegas, after Josh McDaniels gets fired, because it will happen
It
soon,
will happen.
they are going to have the roughest rebuild.
Oh god,
Ever.
that's
gonna be ugly.
gotcha. It's gonna be back to when we were younger, and they were literally the trash of the league.
Yeah,
for
like,
decades.
Oh,
Just
absolutely.
garbage.
It's going to be so
Yeah.
because he brought in everyone
They
that
spent
he
all
knew
the money.
for one concept,
Yep.
and the concept blew up in their
And
face.
it doesn't work, and now everybody's got to go. Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
Addison,
I'm
bring it home.
not as high on the Raiders. I don't know if anyone's really extremely high on him, but it's Josh Jacobs leading the league in rushing last year. Again, I don't know if that happens again. If regression comes in rushing yards, does it turn into Jimmy G throwing 25 times plus a game? And when has he really been asked to do that in his career? And hasn't really been. You know what I mean? When he was in New England, that was Bill controlling him. And then he goes to San Fran, and that's a team that they could run the ball 50 times a game and be fine.
Yep.
So when you really... Like, this is it, Jimmy. Prove that you're an actual passing quarterback in this league, and the team can bank on you. And I don't think he's that guy. He's a guy that is a really good roster around him, and that's not Las Vegas. I love Sean Payton. We've all said it. We gushed about him as a coach, and I knew he was coming back to the league. Everybody did. That's guy's not getting away from football. He loves it too much. And this is just obviously not the level of Drew Brees, Russell Wilson, but he could be if Sean Payton molds him right and gets this going. Like you said, they have pieces. They have weapons. I like Williams coming back from the ACL last year. I think that was a huge loss for them.
huge.
I mean, he's a legit number one running back.
Great running back.
The receivers, man. I don't know what the fuck they practice on, what they do. They need to change. If
It
it's
needs to be
grass,
changed.
who I advocate for, they need
Yep.
to go to turf.
Yep.
Your
So I don't
new
care.
conditioning coach,
Yeah,
for
if
sure.
it's turf, go to
Something.
grass, please, because it's receivers ACL. That is just a guarantee.
Yeah.
But
They just-
I
receivers
still don't
just drop
care.
like flies.
Denver -4 at home. They're only getting 1 point against the Raiders on a neutral
Just don't
site.
know
Yeah,
about that.
give me Denver, give me that defense, and give me Russell Wilson saying, "Hey, not so fast. I'll suck in a little bit, but not yet."
Yeah, not yet. Yeah.
Also bolstered up the O-line a little bit.
Yeah.
So
They did.
maybe that'll
Maybe
be
that'll
really
help.
helpful.
A little more time. I mean, they're all
Ben
in.
Powers, yeah.
All in. I think I said Bobby's on Vegas, so it's not a clean sweep. We've got us 4 on Denver and Bobby on the Raiders. Next up, we've got your Miami Dolphins traveling to Los Angeles in a game that I think is going to be must-see, personally, because of all of the different storylines we've got going on. Right now, it's Chargers -3. It's a pick 'em, more or less. Sage, lead us off.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Miami +3 right here. Honestly, I was surprised that Miami was +3. I thought they'd be favored in this game. But yeah, I'm going with Miami specifically because we talked about earlier, Brandon Staley, his run defense was absolutely dog water.
good.
Bad.
And then all of a sudden Miami comes to town. Guess who their head coach is? Mike McDaniel, king of the run.
Let's hope.
So when you put him in there, Devon Achane, I think he might go off
He's so
big
fast.
for the first
So
game
fast,
just
man.
because of that.
Just give him the ball.
But plus they got
Raheem Mostert still.
Yeah, Raheem Mostert, but Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill against the corners that were very lackluster last year. I mean, we expected so much from J.C.
Jackson. They were better when he was off the field and
exactly.
hurt. They were a better
But you know
defense.
he's going to be lining back up. So, yeah, let Tyreek
Great.
burn him.
Yeah,
That's
go
fine.
for it. Have fun keeping up.
Cool. Yeah, it honestly comes down to Miami's offense versus the Chargers' defense, and I'm taking Miami 10 times out of 10 right there.
Yeah, I get that. Colin.
Interesting game here with Miami's new defensive coordinator against the Chargers' new offensive coordinator. So it's going to be interesting to see how the two units go up against one another.
Yep.
It's tough because I am a little higher on the Chargers this year.
You are, for sure.
Obviously, I have them winning the AFC
Right, you got
West,
them winning
which
the
actually
division.
looks okay at this point.
With Kelsey
two
hurt.
of the three best players on the Chiefs being out
Being
for potentially
out
a
for
couple
half
of weeks.
the season, yeah.
What did Chris Jones tweet week 8?
8 weeks, yep, because that's how much he can miss without losing the year of service time.
I'll go ahead and side with the Dolphins here with the 3 points on the road. Talk about a crowd advantage. Chargers have none at home.
Right.
Yeah.
Obviously, the storyline with Herbert and
Tua.
Tua is going to be forever.
Yep.
I don't know. I like the Miami this year, so I'll take them plus a 3.
Have they played before?
They've played twice. Last year, the Chargers won, and the year before that, the Dolphins won.
Crazy. Okay.
So,
Yeah, I was going to say, Colin, you touched on it. These quarterbacks are interlinked for their entire
Yeah, forever.
career. At the end of the day,
back-to-back picks.
100%.
Yep.
They will always be talked about.
Yep.
And I think this is another notch, sadly, for Herbert. I'm going to take the Chargers minus the 3.
What do we like to say? Death? Taxes. And Addison picking against the
Taking
Dolphins.
against those Dolphins, baby. I just...
Keeps it away from sweet territory.
The plus 3, I do love, and Vic Fangio, I
Is
love.
a big move.
I love, and I think this is going to be a brawl of a game, and that's where the 3 scares me, but I could see this being by 4. It's a scenario where the Dolphins take a field goal, the Chargers score a touchdown, and they just never recover.
Yep.
Man, Kellen Moore, this is a big week, man. You're going up against probably the best DC in football.
Yeah.
Probably the best DC in football. Let's prove that you didn't just have Dallas's weapons. They got weapons in LA, but you're the man now, man.
Yeah,
You kid.
time to prove it.
Hey, if Staley's gone, you potentially could be head
Could
coach
be your
if
job.
this offense gets
yeah,
rolling.
well, they don't. Their DC came to Miami, so
Yes.
they don't have a standard like a DC that's
Yeah.
been there.
So, and again, with the run defense has got to step up. Staley, man, again, that is what he was. That's what he is a defensive coach.
Mhm.
That is what he is, and he uses a bunch of analytics on offense. But give me the Chargers this week, minus 3.
See,
picking against them.
and that's exactly why I think this is one of my favorite matchups of the year for the Dolphins, because we've got an offensive-minded head coach in Mike McDaniel, right?
Yep.
That's what he does is offense. We've got a defensive head coach in Brandon Staley, so those two going at it. We've got a new OC in LA going up against a new DC. One of the best offensive coordinators in the league, potentially, in Kellen Moore, and arguably one of the best defensive coordinators ever in Vic Fangio.
Yeah.
That's a recipe for an awesome
this game
matchup.
is going to be.
This is going to be a good game.
Yeah.
A battle between whose new coaches are going to what new coach is going to win and what old coach is going to win.
Yep.
And I think whenever I think back about the Dolphins Chargers game last year, I'm like, man, we got our ass kicked, and we only lost by 6, and we nearly recovered the onside kick to win that, and we made no adjustments. They played man cover. I've watched a ton of tape on this game because I was like, what happened here? We looked like shit. I think we're going to adjust this game. I don't see the Chargers defense doing what they did last year and successfully. Yeah. Last year was one of the first times the Dolphins offense was slowed down significantly. And I think that was kind of a blueprint. It's like, all right, time to adjust. It's Mike McDaniel. You're going to be real? Are you legit? This is the time to show that you're legit. I like our odds to win this one. I'm going to take us plus the 3. I would take us money line because I'm a big old homer. Big old homer. But I think it's going to be a really good game. It's one I'm looking forward to. Also nervous for. But if Jalen Ramsey was on the field, that'd be something.
Ooh.
That'd be real nice. But I still like Vic Fangio's defense, and I like our defensive line against their offensive line. It's going to be a good game to watch, man.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
Excited for that one. The 3 o'clock games are shaping up to be very good. And this next one we're going to talk about is supposed to be a good one. Oh, Bobby's on the Dolphins as well. Okay. So it's 4 and then Addison on an island, which I don't love that. A few of us are on an island here. Sage, you got a big one. Yeah, but let's keep rolling. Next up, we've got the reigning NFC champions traveling to New England, where they are 3.5-point favorites. That's it. 3.5-point favorites on the road at New England. It is the Tom Brady day. They're celebrating him. I don't care. Is Tom Brady playing?
Yeah.
No, he's not. Tom Brady's not going to be on the field. If he shows up in full pads, then I'll be nervous. But
all of a sudden, Matt Corral goes down. They're like, we need a backup. And all of a sudden, Mac Jones goes down.
Yeah,
Emergency
Tom
QB.
Brady comes in from the stand.
Just riding an eagle. Just screeching down to the 50.
My God, I hate
the son's lips on his lips.
Yeah. That is some weird.
He's not allowed to come back right now, right?
No.
Because
No, I think he owns.
He's on Vegas.
He owns
ownership.
part of.
owns
Yeah,
part
he
of
can't
that.
I
play.
think they need like a unanimous decision from all the other owners to say like, yeah, you can.
Jeez, no, please no.
And some people say no.
Yeah, I would be all in the no
Yeah.
notion. But I don't understand why it's. I understand it's Bill Belichick with a lot of time to prepare. That's a scary thing. But this Eagles offense was so good last year, and I was trying to figure out, okay, if they say it's 3.5, what's the over/under then? Are we calling this a shootout or a low-scoring game? It's over/under 45, so that means they're thinking like 24-21 Eagles. Yeah. I just don't see any way that the Eagles only scored 24 points against this defense. I don't see any way the Patriots scored 21 against the Eagles defense. There's not a single aspect of these rosters when you compare them that the Patriots have the advantage in. Maybe running back. Maybe Ramondre Stevenson over DeAndre Swift in the backfield for Philly. It's maybe. It's a maybe.
Kenneth Gainwell.
Yeah, and Kenny G. So that's their only potential one where they have an advantage. Otherwise, everywhere across the board, this Eagles roster is so much better. Again, this isn't my mortal lock, which we'll get into those here in a bit, but it was very, very close to being my mortal lock. I'm going Philly minus 3.5 all day long. I think they win this game by 10. I don't think the Patriots are any good. Sorry. I just don't think the Patriots are any good. Give me the Eagles. Bobby's on the Eagles as well. Sage.
Cool. Give me the Eagles. Don't overthink it.
Yep. Boom. Moving on.
Cool.
Don't overthink this one, I feel like. But then what does Vegas know? What does Vegas think here? Why is it only 3.5?
Right. Jalen Hurts, are you okay?
Yeah,
What's going
Jalen
on?
Hurts all right? Is everybody... Like, they don't have any locker room issues right now. Nobody's holding out for new contracts. They've got Jalen Carter on the defensive line with Jordan Addison.
Looks like it's all sunshine and flowers. Like, what's happening?
What's the problem? Why are we all of a sudden minus 3.5? I don't get it. Colin, tell me.
Well, I forgot totally what I was about to say. It was something smart-assy, so it's probably a good thing I didn't say it. I'm going to take the Eagles here as well. I really am pissed now. I forgot what smart-assy thing was.
Yes.
Oh, now I remember.
Oh, what is it?
Oh, well, you see, Mac Jones led college football in completion percentage, breaking just records, right?
Oh.
Bring back Bill O'Brien.
Damn it, dude.
He's got a 77%
I'm saying
completion
that
percentage.
I'm saying that legit.
B.O.B.
Dude, in his practice reps,
In his
he's
practice reps.
77%.
All right, Kevin Wiles. That's enough
I
out
was
of you.
literally just saying this, so I was about to bring it up. It's not Patricia.
Yeah, it's not.
It's not
true.
Patricia.
I will give you that. I will give you
That
that.
is
But
fair.
the fact they're tracking his completion percentage in practice
Yeah,
just
right.
to
That is-
justify.
Just to justify,
That
he
is
could
true.
be good. He
That's
could be
true.
good.
I agree, Nate. How are the Patriots going to score?
Right. I don't understand how.
They're not going to run the ball against that front
Like
seven.
Juju
It's gonna be
Smith-Schuster,
Zeke.
a report just came out with
I
Juju.
saw that
His
his
knee
knee
is
blowing up
about
whenever.
to explode.
Yeah.
They said it's like, oh, that's good. What you want to hear? So you're trusting Devontae Parker?
Yeah.
No.
And then your 10 tight ends.
And Mike Gesicki and Hunter Henry, who are both making way too much money and can't block. Good luck. Good luck against the
It's going
Eagles
to be
front line.
Ramondre Stevenson.
Colin, tell us, or Addison, tell us about it here. Because I feel like you're about to go with the Patriots.
I really might. I just week 1 is so funky.
It's weird.
You
Week 1's
see
funky.
it every year. Some team wins outright that just should not.
Yep.
And I'm on the Patriots.
Yes.
I'm taking
Wow.
On an
I
island.
like the Eagles a lot, and I might look like a dumbass when they win 28-0 and Jalen Hurts doesn't even play in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, bench starters by
Yeah,
halftime.
it just gets bad. But, Colin, you might have been trolling, but I'm legit. I think Bill O'Brien instead of Patricia is legit.
Okay,
It's
that
a
is
big
an
deal.
upgrade.
I'm legit on that part of it.
That
Yeah.
is an
Yeah.
upgrade.
Now the tracking the
No,
practice
that's
I will
ridiculous.
admit, that's where it's like, all right, are we
Relax,
really getting
relax,
there?
relax.
It's like, we
It's
can.
like, against that,
I mean,
that cone or that
yeah.
trash can.
DeAndre
Yeah,
Hopkins
exactly.
chose to go play with Ryan Tannehill
That's
and the
true.
Titans
That is
for a
true.
reason.
That is true. And when people retire big time players, shit does
They're-
not go well.
yeah.
Bears destroyed the Packers when they were
retired
terrible, when they
Favre.
retired Favre, and they destroyed the Bears when they were lackluster. The Bears were good, and Ditka's, and it's like, it was the 1 year the Bears were actually good,
Yeah.
and the Packers destroyed them. And it's like, something about it, man. Teams come ready to play,
Yeah.
but I don't care. I'm taking New England plus the 3.5. Vegas has it too close for me.
They do have it so
It's
close.
at
man.
home. I get if it was in Philly, it could arguably be like
10.
a 9.5, 10 spread, but it's in New England. I'm going to look like an idiot. There's my dumbass pick of the week.
Sponsored by
And it probably
TV.
is going to be more than likely the most bet on game for
Yeah.
Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Like,
and
oh,
that's-
Eagles 3.5.
No,
Eagles.
exactly. That's
Cash,
the thing
cash,
as well,
cash.
man. And I just look at that. It's
Are we suckers?
Anybody that is just a casual bettor going, oh,
Vegas
Philly.
is
Philly.
begging
Yeah.
you to
Philly.
take
They are begging us
And
to
I'm
take
going
I
Philly.
love the no
And I
money line
absolutely-
here since if it was money
Right.
line, different
Yes,
story.
agreed,
But the
agreed.
plus 3.5, Eagles win on a field goal late and go, holy shit, we
Wow,
snuck out
we
with the dub.
escaped New
Woo!
England.
And New England covers.
And New England gets that
I'm the
cover.
only one with that one right.
Yeah, I hope that that's your island winner. And then the Dolphins win and cover. Last up, Sunday Night Football. We've got Collins, Dallas, Cowboys.
Yeah, we got one more.
What's the other one? What am I missing here?
Out west.
Out west, who? Kansas City and
Rams and Seattle.
Oh, why is that not printed on here? Damn. All right, work printer. We gotta have a talk. Is LA at Seattle?
Yep, 5.5 is what the Seahawks are favored by currently.
Right here.
All right, I'm gonna make this one
Which
short.
has gone down from the 6 they originally were.
Whoa, what do they know?
So we got some
Well,
line
Cooper
movement.
Kupp's not playing, so I don't understand that. I'm gonna go quickly. Seattle -5.5. Just go ahead and book that one. Sage.
Cool. I'm going Seattle -5.5. I mean, like you said, Cooper Kupp's not playing. I don't
Who's he
believe
gonna throw the ball to Van Jefferson.
Van Jefferson, Puka Nacua.
Yeah, behind that.
I'm excited about him.
Tutu Atwell?
Tutu Atwell.
He's not gonna play too well.
Oh boy.
Tyler
Ben Skoranek.
Higby's gonna get all the
Ben
targets.
Skoranek, Great White Hope.
Yes.
Sure
Higby is going to be getting targets.
Higby's gonna
Higby's
get,
gonna be getting
take
targets.
his over.
Yeah, but
Okay.
also like their defense is literally made up of
Aaron Donald.
undrafted players and Aaron Donald.
That's it.
And
Why did he not retire? I would have been like, all right, I'm out of here.
he's making
You-
money.
you-
After
all
like,
are bad.
after like 20 minutes at camp this year, I'd be like,
ooh.
Yeah, looking
Okay.
around going,
What are we
damn,
doing?
everyone sucks, huh?
So as soon as they traded Ramsey, I'd be like, you know what, I'm
Crazy.
gonna
I'm gonna look so good out there.
Yeah, he's gonna look amazing because he's the only guy. Although the offensive line can block him with 3 of them, and then the other 2 can handle the other 3 pass rushers.
Right.
For sure.
Yeah.
Colin, what are your thoughts on
Yeah,
this?
I've written down a couple of points for all these games, and one of my points is if you want a good laugh, go look at the Rams' defensive depth chart.
They're
Because
all their depth charts.
As we just talked about.
Yeah,
I don't
their
need to
defensive
go on
depth
that more.
chart is miserable.
Seahawks minus the 5.5.
Yeah.
I'm also on Seattle
Yeah,
minus
we have to
5.5.
be.
Yeah,
I
that
gotta imagine
pumpkin's-
Bobby
that
is,
pumpkin's
too.
fresh right now.
Yeah.
Start of the season.
It's
man.
not rotten yet.
Cinderella just got turned into that princess, or
Mhm.
yeah. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't see any way the Rams do well anytime.
yeah.
Ever.
Sorry.
Sorry about it. They're just
No.
you're paying for your Super Bowl
That's
you won.
worrisome.
So snuggle those posters and your Super Bowl apparel. You did it, and the bill has come due.
Yeah,
And you're broke.
As much as McVay's leaving eventually
He's
to go do
gonna
this
take that
broadcast
Amazon
thing
job.
and then
He's
come
gonna
back
take
in
that
5
Amazon
years.
job.
He's going to be Gruden without the
Yep.
emails. Yeah.
Without the hopefully.
Oh my God.
Never know.
They're paying so hard for that Super Bowl.
Yeah, they are.
They're
But
paying
you
so
know what? I
hard.
would do it.
Fuck,
I
dude.
think
I'd do it.
all 4 of us up here would say, give me 5 to 10 years of being one of the worst
Yeah,
teams in the NFL for
100%,
one Super Bowl right now.
I don't know. I've seen one.
Yeah, you've seen one. All right, whatever.
I don't know.
Shut up.
Yeah, I would.
I would
I would as
absolutely
well.
do
Yeah.
that. If you told me right now, Dolphins win the Super Bowl this year, but you're gonna suck for the next 5, maybe 10 years, sold. Sign me up.
You
I
just
will
sold
buy
it.
so much
Yeah,
apparel you
I
don't even
will-
know.
yeah, I'll also
That
hold
Super
on to
Bowl
that for the
stuff
rest
is
of
gonna
my
be
life.
everywhere.
It'll be my pillowcase so I can snuggle it every night before I
I
go
hold
to
on
sleep.
to the Devin Hester touchdown return.
Yeah.
I hold on to the fucking kickoff. That's
I
it.
hold on to
Like,
beating
come
the
on.
Ravens
Yeah,
when we beat
yeah.
the Ravens. That's my Super Bowl.
Yeah,
It'll
I
be-
mean,
won't be my Super Bowl this year because it's
we beat
expected.
who? Andrew Luck, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady.
Yeah,
same playoff
yeah,
run.
we know that was a great run from Elite
Then
Flacco.
took down the best Patrick Willis led defense.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that was
It was a great
wicked.
run. That was a
Ooh.
great run. That's
That was-
see, I would be.
You guys
see,
got me
You're
going.
still loving on it.
let's,
I know.
let's talk about
That
that.
was what, 10
was
years
a
ago?
Great Super Bowl.
Oh
Because Andy, man, the 49ers were throwing the ball into the fucking end zone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, they were throwing the ball into the end zone. So that shit was wild, man.
And see, that's like, and you guys haven't won anything since, right? No Super Bowls since, haven't been back. So
No,
that's
no.
what we would be signing up for right now. Is that
we
Super
made Joe
Bowl?
Flacco the highest paid quarterback, and
Yeah.
it all
Paid
went
him?
downhill.
Exactly. So yeah, I would do that in a
Worth
heartbeat.
it, yeah.
Yeah, it was fantastic that Ray. I still credit if Ray Lewis doesn't come out and say
I'm retiring, they don't win it all.
And,
I agree.
And Chris
Agreed.
Harris Jr. is not running like
Yeah,
this
why
back
did he do that?
on a
That
Hail
was
Mary,
so
and then the
bad.
power doesn't go out of the
That was
Super
so
Bowl.
Yep.
And then,
Yeah.
That was wicked, though.
It
That was
was
so nice. The year before that, we were 3 points
Scripted.
away from going to the Super Bowl too.
Yeah.
Billy Cundiff hooks it.
Oh, that was so
Oh, I
Heartbreaker,
fell to my
dude,
knees and
heartbreaker.
cried.
Yeah, that's a heartbreaker.
I'm not even.
No,
I'm not kidding.
That's a
I fell to my
heartbreaker.
knees.
I believe that.
I didn't even
I
watch
would
the
too.
NFC Championship
Yeah.
game. I just cried.
Yeah, I would too. I'd be miserable.
Seriously, yeah.
All right, Sunday Night Football. Dallas at the G-Men's
The
house.
G-Men.
At Jet Life Stadium, as the Jets were calling it. Hilarious. Oh, wow, that's going to make Monday night's game interesting because I think they're grass. I think MetLife is grass, and they just played their Sunday night. And they got to play their Monday night. That's interesting. But right now, it is Dallas minus 3.5 on the road. Sage. No. Addison, tell me about it.
Mm.
Colin, go last.
Dan, this is a really good Sunday night game.
Yeah.
Love to see Dallas and New York play. Week 1, it's just a classic. You see it every single year. The 3.5, the
I don't love
hook,
that
man.
hook.
The
I don't love
hook is
that hook.
scary. And Darren Waller, I do love the addition.
Mhm.
Man, I'm trying to talk myself into
Talk yourself into the Giants a little bit, huh?
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Dallas, and I'm gonna get your Week 1 struggles out of the way. It's not Tampa Bay. It's not Tom Brady.
Yep.
It is an opponent that I think you are better than. Clearly, roster and when a game time comes, your players just play better. I trust Dak more than I trust Daniel Jones.
Yep.
McCarthy calling plays. We're gonna see what that's all like this year. It's been a while since he's done it. I'm going to ride with Dallas with the 3.5, though. Get out to an early lead in that division.
I like it.
Okay.
I am also Dallas minus 3.5. I just think they're a better team than the Giants. Like, straight up, pound for pound, I think their defense is going to be rock solid, and I think that offense is going to roll. I'm interested to watch McCarthy call the offense again, or whoever, Schottenheimer, whatever.
Schottenheimer.
Whatever his name is. It'll be interesting to watch him call an offense again, but I like Dallas to win this one. And this one, I know we haven't been giving him out, but I'm going to give mine out since we're talking about it right now. This is my mortal lock in this game is Dallas Giants under 46.5 points.
Okay.
That is my mortal lock. So the Giants offense, against the Dallas defense, that's a wash. I don't see them scoring a ton of points. Dallas's last 3 week ones, they've averaged 16 points a game. I don't see, if that holds true, say Dallas scores 16, there's no way the Giants are going to score 31. Just no shot on that. That is my mortal log. If you're going to bet $1,000, bet it on under 46.5 points on prime time, week 1. It's more important in prime time and in week 1. Offense takes some time to get going. Yes, offense takes longer to get going, and Dallas doesn't score a ton of points in week 1, and I don't think the Giants are going to score a ton of points in general.
Yeah.
So give me Dallas, and under 46.5 is my mortal lock. Sage.
Okay. I'm also rolling with Dallas. I mean, I don't think the New York Giants are going to be even sniffing what they were last year. They remind me a lot of what the Vikings were last year, where they just won a ton of games they should not have.
They started out hot. They were 6-1.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, I love the Darren Waller trade too.
Hey,
it's going to be beautiful.
That fucking guy.
In fact, I miss Darren Waller so much. When he was on the Ravens, he was on our practice squad. We drafted him, and he was a wide receiver. And I just heard the story that Marlon Humphrey was saying the other day. We were playing a preseason game against, I think it was Oakland at the time, and they had their coaches on our sideline just watching.
Yeah,
Waller.
They were all
on the sideline. They're
like,
"Dang, that's crazy."
Next
day, picked up on waivers.
I love that.
I was like, "This is stupid."
Imagine a 2 tight end instead of Mark Andrews and Darren Waller. That would have been nasty with Lamar.
Jesus.
Woo-wee.
But even then, he's not good enough to stop all of Dallas's defense, all of Dallas's offensive firepower. I'm excited to see Tony Pollard go off. Give me Dallas.
Yeah.
As much as we love the Giants last year 6-1, again, we said it and I said it a bunch. They win for 2 in overtime against the Titans. If they lose that game, are they 6? Are they 1? Are they 6-1 or 5-2? My ass! I think the whole season flips
falls apart,
and it's just a damn. We just fell short, and it's a crusher. Instead,
they
it was
riding
over
a high
the moon.
for 7
It was the
weeks.
Raiders and Derek Carr's. I don't know if it was rookie year, but it was like 2nd or 3rd year against the Saints. Week 1, Jack Del Rio went for it because they scored a last-second touchdown. And guess what? Derek Carr was MVP consideration until he broke his ankle. And it's like, hey, that Week 1 game, if you do something crazy,
you, man.
your whole season.
And props to Dable for that.
Yeah,
props
100%. But it's like, man,
you know what you guys need.
This isn't Titans. This isn't the Titans that you're going to be able to score 17 against before it's OT, and their kicker's going to miss a last-second field goal. This is Dallas, who's going to score 30 points.
He's going to score 30 points a game.
Yep.
Who's Bob on?
Bob is on. I'm not telling you.
Ooh.
Doesn't matter. As I stayed true to last year, I'm going to stay on brand here. But before I make my pick, which we all know what it is, Giants plus 3.5.
Of course it is. Bob's on the Dallas Cowboys.
You look at Dak in his career, and we talk about certain players play better against certain teams. Like, do they just have a personal vendetta?
Yeah,
Why do certain players play better against certain teams? Dak's rookie year, 13-3, 0-2 against the Giants.
Yeah.
The next 10 times, aka now the last 10 times they've played 10-0. Dak.
Yeah, hasn't lost to him.
It's like, you know what? Fuck you guys.
I'm
beat
better
me twice.
I'm not going to
dominate you.
Yeah.
10-2 in his career, 99.4 passer rating in those 12 games. Yes, the Giants did add some weapons with a Darren Waller or Paris Campbell or Jalen Hyatt.
Fastest man in the league.
Deontay Banks, who I loved when we talked about draft stuff.
Yeah.
And then obviously the center out of Minnesota, John Michael, is it Schmidt?
Michael Schmidt.
Something like that.
Yeah, no, I think
John Michael Schmidt.
Something like that. Yes, it was bolster. You look at what Dallas did in the draft. At first, I didn't like Mozzie Smith's draft too much.
Come to like it.
But now you're looking at, okay, he's going to be an elite run stopper, and what do the Giants do? They want to run the ball. So I don't want to give away too much for our weekly previews of like the keys to our teams winning, which is going to be a series we'll be doing this year. I just look at both sides. I take Dallas' offense over the Giants' offense. I'm taking Dallas' defense over the Giants' defense.
And yet you're picking the Giants.
Yes. Plus 3.5. Home division dogs.
Yeah, better offense, better defense, but go and give me the Giants. Home
Cowboys
division
are a
dogs.
wagon.
Yeah.
Except they stink.
Except they stink.
So.
Respect. The
Giants
stinky
3.5.
wagon. Giants 3.5. I like it.
I love that.
On brand. Last game of the week. We've got a Monday night showdown in New York on 9/11. It is the debut. Yeah, shout out. It is the debut of Aaron Rodgers and this New York Jets football team that are saying they're going to be the best defense. Super Bowl or bust. They're this year's preseason darlings. You believe in... it's so weird because some people are like, nobody believes in them, and then other people are like, everybody thinks the Jets are going to be so good. New York media, it makes everything so overblown. If you put this roster in Arizona, no one really cares nearly as much as we do. But since it's the Jets, and since they like to talk, they've been the belle of the ball. Everyone wants to talk about them. So can they get a shot first week here against Buffalo, the team that's owned the division the last 3 seasons, ever since Tom Brady left town? Can they get a win? Buffalo's -2.5 on the road. Bobby's on the Jets. I am on the Bills because of a few things. Buffalo is the same team they've been for the last 3 years, which is good. Very good team. Yeah. Not enough to win a Super Bowl, but a very, very good team. The Jets are all new. This is a whole new kit and caboodle for the offense. And I didn't like what I saw against the Giants in the preseason for their first-team offense. I didn't. First series, they sputter. Rodgers gets pressure. That offensive line is going to be their downfall this season.
Yep.
If they don't figure it out up front, they're not going to be able to do anything. Because, I like Garrett Wilson. I think Garrett Wilson's a very, very talented wide receiver. But Alan Lazard isn't scaring anybody. Randall Cobb's not scaring anybody. Corey Davis said, I don't even want to play football anymore. I'm retired. Hope everything's okay with him. I don't know why he called it quits, but I don't know. But hopefully he's okay. But he's out. Rappel Cobb is 43 years old and not doing it anymore. McCole Hardman, the Chiefs said, we're good with Juju and these other crappers. So can they keep this game within 3? Absolutely. But I think the Bills win this game by 3. I think the Bills win at 24-21. And I think the New York media is up in arms on Tuesday morning. So give me the Bills -2.5. I know, again, off-brand for me to not take the home division dog in back-to-back games here. But give me the Bills -2.5 points. Sage, thoughts?
I was just looking at kickers real quick. I was comparing kicker because
Tyler Bass
and Greg the Leg Zuerlein.
Zuerlein, yeah.
But Greg the Leg, he's let me down in more recent years. Mm-hmm. So that's what it's coming down to for me. Like the Jets, it's going to take them a second to build up that momentum, to gel. Like you said, I wasn't thrilled with their preseason. And Buffalo, they're going to come in ready. Like they've had this same team last year, and they just added pieces.
And it's so different for Buffalo too. Not to cut you off, this year they're coming in, and people are like, "Are you guys the 3rd best team in your division?" Yeah. The last 12 years they've come in Super Bowl contenders. Them and the Chiefs. It's them and the Chiefs. Now it's like, well, the Dolphins might be better. The Jets might be better than you. This might be the first time they've been under the radar a little bit.
Jaguars.
The Jaguars. You aren't even necessarily a lock
as the number 2 team last year in the AFC before the season started. Even more.
And now it's like some people are like,
might be 5-6.
Did they miss the playoffs?
Like,
did they go 10-7 and miss out?
A couple things go wrong.
Right. And Leslie Frazier did leave, which is important. They lost their DC. That's a big one. It's going to be a good game, but go ahead, Sage.
Running game is the part that's going to make a big difference in this game. And obviously, the New York Jets, they have Breece Hall, signed Dalvin Cook, and Michael Carter, who's
good back.
No one to sleep on.
Israel Abanikanda is a good rookie. I like him.
Like they have really good all-around running backs. Buffalo has James Cook and
Josh Allen. He's their other running back.
Damian Harris, who I think got hurt. Or is he hurt?
I think he's okay.
I'm not sure.
Maybe
I'm still.
It's definitely not as
I
good.
think I'm thinking of Zach Moss. I'm thinking of Zach Moss, who's
I keep confusing them.
Indiana.
Naheem Hines is out, is who you're probably trying to
Naheem Hines, that's what I'm thinking of.
That whole situation sucks.
That's right. Poor guy.
Yeah.
Chest key to the knee.
I know.
Ooh, damn, what are the odds?
With all that happening, it's going to be hard to throw against the Jets, though. Give me the Jets. Fuck it.
Jets. All right. Sage goes Jets.
I'm not even feeling that at all.
It's a tough one to pick. Colin.
I got an answer for your running game. It's the 6'5", 270-pound guy getting the ball from center. I'm taking the Bills minus the 2.5. Tough game to pick, really.
It is, it's interesting that Vegas gives Buffalo the edge here, especially because, if this was in Buffalo, are we saying then they're 10-point favorites? Because if they're losing 3 points here, neutral site, they're saying Buffalo's 5.5-point favorites. Put Buffalo at home, give them 3 points. 8.5-point favorites? Does Vegas think they're 8 points better? I don't know.
I don't know. Kind of a running theme of our picks here is I'm kind of going with the teams that have, I don't want to say more certainty, but definitely more
continuity.
Continuity with each other. Like they know the ins and I don't want to say ins and outs. That's kind of weird. And also Rodgers is bringing his boys, so he kind of knows
brought his luggage.
Yeah, I love that term. I don't know. I just right now week 1 I like the Bills. Now give me 3 weeks and maybe the Jets are surpassing the Bills.
Yeah.
But also Rodgers against pressure.
Yeah.
Not the blitz, but big moment games.
Yeah.
I'm not saying week 1's an NFC championship, but when the lights
still,
are bright.
Rodgers is 8-9 in his last 17 playoff games, which isn't great. This isn't a playoff game, but it's a big game, and there's so much pressure on them. like I said, they're going to get everybody's best shot this year.
And the
They
AFC,
really
it
are.
could be one game.
Yeah,
this
AFC,
division.
yeah, one game.
This game
The
means
one
a lot.
seed in the
difference.
AFC, this division.
You hate to say must
Could be
win in
one
week
game.
1, but damn, it kind of feels like it for both these teams.
Also, we talked about it. Maybe field issues,
Yeah,
back-to-back games.
right. If we're playing back-to-back games at MetLife Stadium, is it going to hold up okay?
Both teams got to deal with it.
Right.
But I think that favors the Jets if there are field issues because we know how the Bills are if it's not sunny and you're wearing different colored jerseys in the field.
White helmets,
Oh,
dude.
White jerseys.
In the
snow, man.
snow.
They blend in. Man.
Couldn't find the Bengals players.
So if the Jets wear green on the grass field,
Then
all bets
Bills
are off.
Bills are screwed.
but I'm going to stick with the Bills too.
Okay, Addison.
What's Bob on?
Bob's on the Jets.
Okay.
Bring us home on the Jets.
I'm also on the
On
Jets,
the Jets.
plus 2.5.
Plus the points at home is hard not to be on.
Shit, man. Give me the Jets minus 6.5.
Ooh!
I mean that.
Big on the
Even
Jets.
minus 9.5.
Addison's predicting a blowout.
I think Leslie Frazier being gone is going to be bigger than it.
I think it's a
let
big
on.
deal.
I
think it's a big
agree.
deal. I think
I
it's a big
agree.
deal.
Because I think that's an interesting situation
Their
just to
whole
walk
defensive
away
coordinator
because
say,
he
"I'm
needs a
done."
year.
Yeah,
you know,
need
is
time.
that a scenario where it's starting to turn to damn Leslie? It's all on you, man. What the
Right.
hell? Your defense is falling on us. It's not.
Defense.
Our offense is here.
Yeah.
All right, Sean McDermott, this is time to go.
Yeah.
Jets beat the Bills last year in a weird ass game.
They
It was
did.
2017. It was weird. And obviously, things are different. This one is in New York, so I think that is massive.
Yep.
Give me Rodgers to come out. In that preseason game, it was a little ugly that first drive. Scores a touchdown, but what I loved was he was talking that shit to that guy. He's
He
like, I don't even
was.
know you. I
He
don't even
got
know you.
bored.
So I just am already envisioning when the Jets win a game against the Bills or start 2-0, you know, somehow. He's going to be talking so much
Oh
shit
my
on that
God.
field. That whole team is going to be start talking shit. The whole league's going to hate him.
Yeah.
So it's really going to be.
It's going to be them against everybody.
It's gonna, and
They're
hey,
painting
sometimes,
the biggest target on their
sometimes
back.
that brings them closer together.
Yeah.
But just this week one, I think this might be it for Buffalo, man. At least for top 3 team guaranteed. Because what happens if they struggle again? Stephon Diggs says these rumors aren't true. I'm not unhappy. Let's see how it is again. If they lose the playoff game, don't win a playoff game. You know what I mean? Maybe not even make the playoffs. He's going to bitch. And then things are going to happen, and Allen's going to lose some team, and they're not going to be as good. This might be the start of that. So give me the Jets to go, hey, we're here, man, and we're legit. Plus the 2.5. Fuck it, minus 9.5 Jets.
Down.
So minus 9.5.
Minus 9.5.
Jets by 10.
On the Jets.
Jets by 10.
Perfect. We'll count that.
That counts in, that's 2 wins. No, I'm kidding.
I do that.
Sorry,
I
I
allow
said
it.
money line if Josh Dobbs plays, so you can say stupid
Yeah,
things.
true, that's true.
100%.
We've got our SeatGeek dumbass takes of the week.
Yeah, yes, we do.
This will look good when it all comes down to it. All right, I said my mortal lock. Colin, what is your mortal lock for this week?
Go to someone else real quick. I had a little something prepared.
Okay, all right,
Okay.
Addison, what is your mortal lock for this week?
Mortal lock of the week, just looking at the schedule. It's a division matchup, which is a little scary, but it's a good coach versus the shit coach, and we talked about him. He's a bad coach. Give me the Denver Broncos, -4 as my mortal lock. I think at home, 1 point on a neutral site with the way Vegas is looking. I just think that's a joke. I think Sean Payton and the offense shows we're legit. -4 is a mortal lock.
Okay, I like that. Sage, mortal lock.
Yeah, I got mine. Mine was also at home. I'm taking New Orleans over Tennessee, -3.
Yeah. New Orleans -3. All right, Colin, what you got over there for
All
us?
right, I'm actually not going to prepare anything, and
What?
in fear of copyright infringement potential,
Yeah.
I was going to play a song. I'm taking the Steelers
Yeah.
plus the 2.5. I was going to play Black and Yellow, but
I don't know if Wiz is going to strike us.
Steelers plus 2.5 at home. Book it.
Steelers plus 2.5, and then I'm obviously on the under in the Sunday night
You could play it for
football
like 2
game.
seconds
Yeah.
and then cut it off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the under.